Okay, so now look at here. On the other hand, this one, because it's talking about the on the contrary, you're talking about the opposite situation. So this is not the right linkers to use. So I will just remove it. The sports that I will recommend, you don't need to use a linker here anymore. You just say directly say the sports that I would recommend. I would definitely recommend. After will or would, these are the modal word. You have to use a base word. After will is a modal word. Would, whatever. All these are called modal words. Modal words are can, could, shall, should, may, might, will, would. All these are called modal words. You have to use base word. Because here you have ed here, so it's considered incorrect grammatically. Okay, I would definitely recommend are swimming, snorkeling, and diving. Okay, the reason is because you already talked about the reason, you don't have to put because it's redundant. The reason is these types of sports can lead us self-rescue. Okay, you have two words here, one here and two. You cannot have two words put together. You need to break it up. So try to use another way of saying if, and you say if drowning. Who is drowning? The sport cannot drown by itself. Sports cannot float by itself because your subject is still about these sports, right? They cannot drown by itself. They cannot float by itself. So where is your subject? Where is your sentence? There's a missing sentence here, missing subject verb here. Okay, so that's why it's missing a lot of missing words, you see. So I change it to these types of sports are life-saving sports. I put here, can you see? I say, oh, these types of sports are life-saving sports, 是可以救人的、救命的 sport. We can perform 就是 we can 做 the skills when emergency situation arise. Arise 就是 emergency situation arise, such as drowning or flooding. You are referring to drowning and flooding as emergency situation. So we is the subject. This one is the verb. This one is the drowning and flooding is emergency. They are objects. So I have, at least I have a subject, I have a verb. 一个 sentence you make sure English writing, right? 它的最 basic is subject. This smaller. 它的 sentence 一定是 you make sure your sentence must be like this: subject plus verb plus an object. Object, or we call it predicate. It's a simple sentence. 这个 simple sentence 是最 basic 一定要 master 的。You have to master this the sentence structure. This is called simple sentence structure. If let's say your simple sentence structure is not mastered, right? You omit here and there, 这个不见那个不见，你的分会很低的。Okay, this one. You make sure your subject, verb, object 一定有在那边的，不可以不见。Yeah, how to okay. This one is very important. This one. Change here. Yeah. Subject, verb, object is equal to simple sentence. Sometimes you have verb, you have object. Sometimes you have object, you do not have subject or verb. If that's the case, that means your sentence is not complete. Okay, so it resulting in the deduction of mark on the language part. Let me do it this way. Okay. All right, so I change it for everything. So I'll just remove everything here because your subject is missing and verb is missing. Okay, replace it with this one. All right. To sum up, good. At least you have a good linker here to sum up, and also another, you have two linkers, which is good first and foremost, okay? Instead of still can be accepted here. During, okay, can also. Now the rest linker are wrongly used. Okay, to sum up, studies and sports are critically important. Good job, this one. Important to students. You are not talking about one student, right? To students, I put as here. Therefore, or you can say hence. Hence, we can, if you use hence, right, use a comma. Hence, we can make a timetable. A timetable or what? A timetable to manage our time. Right? Why? Your idea is missing. Why do you need a timetable? You need to have idea. You can. The idea is not there. Why do you need to make your timetable? To manage your time wisely for what? The reason you need to give an idea. What is the thing? Can you explain a bit?
We can follow the timetable to do our thing.
Say again. To?
Like we can have a timetable to know what time we can do sport and what time we are going to.
Then you can explain it. You can try to say out in full sentence. You can make a timetable and hence we can make a timetable to make sure sports and studies are in place. Okay, and also timetable you enable us to manage our time wisely. Split up, write a few more sentences. We can make a timetable to make sure that sports are included in our, you can say hence we need to make sure that sports are included in our timetable, are included hence we need to make sure that type here, hence we need to make sure that sports are included, doing sport is included in our timetable. 这样子then it makes sense, isn't it? It's better, right? Hence, we need to make sure that doing sports is included. Doing sport is a subject, is one thing. Doing sport is considered as one subject, so you have to use is, not are. And then, timetable, also timetable enable us. Also, change it also. Timetable enable us. Also, timetable enable us. So I'll just remove here, enable us. Enable means 可以让我们 enable us. We put this one, enable and enable us. Enable 就是可以 enable us to manage our time wisely. Then your idea is complete. Like this. Okay. Also, timetable enables us. Enables, you need to put an S because timetable is singular. Enable us to manage our time wisely. Not only that, we can create a WhatsApp friends group. This one is for mutual supervision. I love this vocab that you use. Okay. And then with our friends together, I remove this one. Okay, so that we will not miss out our studies and sports. Okay, all right, so you have another linker which is correctly used, this one, so that it's okay, just so, all right, supervision, a good vocab. Overall, so that's your ideas are all there. It's just that the major problem is the linker and also the sentence structure and a bit of grammar issue. Okay, so any questions on this one? I will send it to you for this part. Any questions? Do you understand?
Can.
You understand, yeah? So now do you know what's your problem? Can you tell me, use your own words to tell me what did you realize by looking at your because your content, you answer all the questions. See, every part you have already answered. You gave the reason why sports are important. You recommend the types of sports, and how to manage studies and group by creating a timetable, right? You have already answered all the questions. So the content is there. So what did you observe? How you need to improve?
Link the cohesive devices, the sentence, the grammar, and the vocab.
You have good vocab like mutual supervision. These are very good vocab like this one. Mutual supervision are good vocab, and also you have part and parcels of. These are good vocab. And also I think you have another one, social circle, good vocab also, very good. Yeah, ideas are there, it's just the sentence structure. Yeah, major issue have to settle, and also modal verbs very important. Okay, so your L and O can be very low, because it also affects CA, communicative achievements. So it affects your overall directions. When people read, right, they will feel that, oh, something is missing, like the sentence, well, what is that? What is the missing idea? I cannot really flow through the ideas. So that's why the CA has to be reduced, the marks is reduced. Some omission, that's why there's some omission here. Omission idea, there's an omission idea. That's why it goes into 4 also, not full marks. Omission ideas. Omit, your ideas are omitted. It's just 不完整 your idea. So that's why we cannot give you full marks here. Okay, all right. So now I'm going to show you another example. This question is similar. It's just that the last question is different. The last 2 questions is different but similar. So I show you the demo, which I demo to my student. Okay, hang on. Okay, so this is the questions. All right, so can you read the questions?
You have been asked to write an essay on the importance of sports in maintaining good health.
All right.
In your essay, you should
Yes.
write about why sports are important, types of sport which are recommended, how sport improve academic performance.
So the last question is different, right? How sports improve academic performance? And your question in yours is this one, how to manage studies and sports, right? For this part, you have one point. This make a timetable. You can actually have included one more points. So just timetable.
The WhatsApp group.
WhatsApp group. WhatsApp group. So WhatsApp group, how? How do you manage study and sport through WhatsApp group? What do you mean? Can you explain?
You can mutual supervision.
Supervision from friends. How does that happen? How does that happen? You can explain a little bit more. How will that happen if you have the WhatsApp group?
You can guide each other.
So you can use one sentence to explain how this WhatsApp group works. Okay, they remind each other in their studies and in how they spend their time. Yeah, you can use one sentence to explain that part instead of just throwing the ways, but because your elaboration is a little bit lesser here, try to use one more line to elaborate. Okay, so let's move on to this one. This one is how sports improve academic performance. Okay, so this one is opinion essay. Opinion essay is an article. Usually it is an expository essay, facts and knowledge, argumentative essay, persuasive, or position, talking about position. But here this opinion essay can also be known as article. Article, writing article. Okay, so let's look at here. First, you need to do the drafting. What phenomena of the world of today's world? Why people do not like to do exercise or sports? You give the beginning, the preliminary writing. You give the introductions first. What is the phenomena of the world today's world? Why people do not like to do exercise or sports? So the ideas come out here, or you give phenomena, situation, problems, question. You can use question, catchy question as a start, because at the beginning you make sure you need to hold the audience attention. That's why we ask students to write down the problem or the trend of today's world, the phenomena. Phenomena means the situation that we are in right now, all the problems that we are facing now, the problems of the world, the situations, the trend, everything. Or you can use a question as a start. All right. So here, the idea here, develop sedentary lifestyles, sitting most of the time in active state. This is a problem that we are facing. Okay. Increase screen time. A lot of people they spend a lot of time on screen. Okay. Glued to the chair and doing a lot of surfing the internet. So these are called screen time, or playing online games also. And obesity and other chronic diseases. This is also the problems that we face. Lack of time, feel lazy, no energy for it. So these are the excuses people give. You can choose either one. Choose either one or two to write as the beginning, as the introductions. All right, then moving on, why sports are important. So I give the draft here, and on the left-hand side here as yellow highlighted, what kind of benefits the sports can bring to human being. How does I ask further more questions, because why sports are important? So to help me to think of what to write. So how does sports help our body function? How does sport build a person's soft skill? What can a person learn from team sport or individual sport? Because sports can be, we can have different types of sports, right? So when I write, right, I started to think about, individual sport, you can have different benefits. Even team sport also, you have different benefit. Sports, is it only for physical health? It can also have soft skill, right? Develop soft skill. Soft skill means it's not just enhancing the physical part. Soft skill, you can improve your speaking, your interactions with people. These are called soft skill. So I write down here, these are just draft here. Later we can adjust everything. Keep our body out. Okay, Chongya, can you help me to read this one?
Keep your body physically fit.
Physically fit. Physically fit.
Get rid of toxins from our body. Reduce body weight. Strengthen immune system. Improve heart function. Reduce the risk of hypertension, diabetes, and cholesterol. Help increase metabolism, circulation and blood flow, thus reduce the amount of cholesterol and fats in the body.
Okay, blood flow, this pronounces flow. Okay, blood flow, that means the circulation of the blood throughout your whole body. Okay, and then can you continue this part, the next one?
Reduce stress and tension in individual, teamwork, sportsmanship and character, leadership skill, responsibility, accountability, confidence, and self-esteem.
Okay, esteem. All right. This one, team sport, is cooperation. This is also a soft skill. Sportsmanship. Sportsmanship is very good. And when you talk about any topic with sports, right, remember to use sportsmanship. Sportsmanship means it's a character you show through playing sports with others. You interact with others. You show that professionalism. Okay, so this is called sportsmanship. You do not violate the rules. you are also upholding friendship, even though they are your opponent counterparts, but you also observe professionalism. You play with good spirits. So these are called, you show respect to the opponent parts. You play according to the rules. You interact with others professionally. These are called sportsmanship and character as well. And of course, through sports, you also can develop leadership skills, responsibility, accountability with one another, confidence, and self-esteem. These are the good character whereby sports can bring about. So types of sports which are recommended. So the question that I have is, what type of sports that can help to maintain good health? Why? How to avoid sports injury? So I have to put in the sports injury because not all the sports are healthy. Some extreme sports like bungee jump are called extreme sports, right? Certain sports, deep diving is also dangerous for the lungs also and chest as well. So I will say what type. So I will give a criteria here. So can you read out this one?
Low impact and gentle to our joints. Badminton, swimming, jogging, walking, gym workout, cycling,
Pilates,
Pilates, and yoga.
You know what is
Basketball,
Pilates? Have you seen Pilates before? Pilates?
don't know.
Okay, let me show you. Hang on. Pilates is a kind of sports. Very soft. It flex your body on a ball like that. On a mat or a ball, or you hold a
Something like
ball
yoga.
or on a bed. It's not really yoga, but it flex your joints. Let me show this one. Okay, Pilates, like this one, and also like this. Like this one, they hold the ball, right? And some here. Oh, these are called Pilates. Right here. And this one, they have the ball and then they stretch, right? These are called Pilates. As long as you flex your body, yeah, to exercise, these are called Pilates. All right. All right. And can you continue, please? This one.
Basketball, volleyball, badminton, cycling, wear sports helmet, protective joint pads,
Gears
to prevent sports injuries.
Yeah, injuries. Okay, this one is talking about protective joint pads or gears. Like when you see people play sports, right? If they want to prevent their wrist injury, they wear the wrist pad or the joint pads or the knee pads. There are different types, so it depends on what kind of sports that you are playing. Okay, show you this one. Or we call it gears. Okay. Wait, show. Okay, so these are called joint pads. Oh, this. Like this, like this. Okay, you play, you make sure you have this one. Some sports are not really, they are quite risky to your body. Okay, so you make sure that you need to make sure that you have these to protect yourself from spraining. Okay, especially those runners, they need to have they need to run fast, right? So they make sure they can, this joint pads or joint gears, they can prevent you from spraining. Spraining means 扭伤. You sprain your ankle. Okay. Even football also, they have this kind of wear. Yeah, different types. Okay. Badminton, usually they have the wrist pad, right? The joint pads also. Okay. So I just put down the idea here. So moving on here. How does sports improve academic performance? So the question I have is, what does sports do to our brain? Okay, if students do not indulge in physical activities, what will happen to them? Indulge in means to engage themselves in the sports. Indulge means to spend a lot of time, to spend time in physical activities. What will happen to them? So can you read this one?
Sports increases
Increases.
Sport increases blood flow to the brain, activate all the cells. Brains function better, more focused, alert, increase memory or creativity. Sport can help relax, decrease the risk of depression, reduce anxiety. Not include,
Not
not
indulge.
indulge, not indulge, and engage in physical activities, high tendency to develop serious health issues.
Okay, so this one is just a draft, all right? So conclusion, you have to, at the conclusion part, you restate the points. From the beginning to the end, you restate. You don't have to re-mention the details, you just restate everything. So can you read out this one?
All in all, to sum up in conclusion, to conclude, doing sports is a paramount,
Paramount.
most or top important. Body and mind keep in top notch. It is a salient, important as education, mandatory to all sundry.
Mandatory means compulsory. Mandatory 就是 compulsory. Mandatory means compulsory. That means it is a must to all and sundry. So all and sundry, because everyone, you know how to write everyone, it means everyone. Everybody, all and sundry is an idiom. You can use to all and sundry means everyone. This one you can learn to use this one. 就是每一个人 all and sundry 就是你和我没有分的 all and sundry whether you are old people, young people, whatever, all and sundry 每一个人 everyone. Salient means important. Instead of keep using important, you can use salient. Instead of using compulsory or must, you can use mandatory. Okay, this is an adjective. Okay, instead of using top or most important, you can say paramount. Important. All right. Top notch means at the best body function, at the best situation. Your body is in the best condition. So it's called top notch. 就是最顶峰的最佳的状态 is called top notch. All right. So these are the vocab you can pick out and learn to use, because this one is going to your level is C1 to C2, B2 to C2 in between. So the marks will be, of course, will be higher. Okay, so let's dive into the essay. So this one I will send to you, so you can just read. Okay, all right. I just want you to read to get the idea what it is about. Okay, the importance of sports in maintaining good health. This is article writing, so can you read the first paragraph here?
In today's digital era, a lot of people have developed sedentary lifestyle
Sedentary lifestyle
due to the increased amount of screen time and the reduction of physical activity. Such physical inactivity is strongly associated with obesity and other chronic disease. One of the common excuses given by most students why they do not play sport is because doing sport may drain their energy. However, the belief that doing sport can exhaust our energy has been proven wrong by research.
So what did you observe from the first paragraph? What did you observe? What is being mentioned?
the sport, physical activity.
So the first paragraph is more talking about the problems that people face, right? About the sedentary lifestyle, right? The problems that people face because of long sitting time, long hours of screen time, and the reductions of physical activity. Reduction means 减少 physical activity, 很少做运动。So 这个 inactivity resulting in what problem? Obesity and chronic disease, right? And also the blue part shows the excuses people make in terms of doing sports. They think that it can drain our energy, right? So actually, if you don't want to put the blue one, it's okay. You just have the first one. You either use the first or the second. You choose either one, or you want to put two together, it's okay. So at the beginning, you need to show problems, okay? Or you can use questions. Why people do not like to do exercise, to catch attention. So in the first paragraph, it's very, very important to catch attentions of the audience. You need to show either the phenomena or you need to show what people normally believe. So the blue one is what people normally believe, the wrong beliefs. Okay. All right. So moving on to the second paragraph.
Sports have
myriads of benefits.
Sports have myriads of benefits to human body, just like a diet of healthy nutrients is needed to nourish the body. Playing sports hold a great significance in enhancing our life. First of all, it is an excellent way to keep the body physically fit. According to studies, playing sports can help get rid of toxins from our body, reduce body weight, strengthen immune system, and improve heart function. As sports help in blood circulation, thus increase metabolism and reduce
metabolism
and reduce the amount of cholesterol and fats in the body.
Okay, for this part, right? So myriads of benefit. Do you understand the meaning of myriads? Myriads. This one we discussed last time, right? Myriads. Myriads means a huge amount. A lot. It means a lot. Okay, myriads, but I don't want to use a lot. I use myriads because I want to boost up my vocab marks. So you use myriads, and what else? Do you notice? It started to give you the idea, right? They tell you why sports are important, right? It's just like you need a diet of healthy drink, just like a diet of healthy nutrient is needed. Now, healthy nutrient means the food, right? From the food is needed to nourish. Nourish means to bring the good nutrient to the body. So playing sports, so I do a comparison. So playing sport also held a great significance, means a great importance in enhancing. To enhancing means to improve our life, the quality of life. So how sports, because I need to answer the questions here. I use all the drafts here. See, this one, I have already used up this, okay? This one. The question here is, why sports are important. So I have to answer the questions. So here I started to list out some of it. Okay. So I started to say it had myriads of benefits to human body, just like a diet of healthy nutrients can nourish the body. Playing sports hold a great significance in enhancing our life. First of all, so I need to start listing down. So I use, first of all, it's an excellent way to keep the body physically fit. Then I give a little bit elaboration. I use IEES method. First, introduce your sentence. Then I use explanation. According to studies, playing sports can help get rid of toxins, because you say keep the body physically fit. How? So I have to explain. Use one sentence to explain it. Okay, help get rid of toxins from body, reduce body weight, strengthen immune system, improve heart function, or heart or metabolic rate is up to you. Okay, so I give one sentence. And here, sports help in, so how sport help in blood circulation, thus increase metabolism and reduce the amount of cholesterol and fats in the body. So I sums up all the idea here given. All the idea here. I sums it up. Sorry, it's here. I sums up everything. All right, you can have different ways of writing it. Okay, even if you write until here, it's good. But I can write until here because I want to say that sports can help. How does sports help out in terms of helping the body physically fit? So I included blood circulation. Thus increase metabolism, and because I was in medical field in the past, so that's why in terms of writing this kind of essay, right, in terms of health, I am very into it. So that's why I can give a lot of information into it. All right. So if you do not have those information, you can just write until here, it's enough. Okay. And then now, next one, another importance. So I break it up into a second paragraph. Can you read this one?
Playing sports is also one of the most recreational and helpful ways of burning calories. It's like killing two birds with one stone. Furthermore, sports can help to
forge
character and sportsmanship. Through participation in sport, people can improve the personal value which directly impact their self-esteem and boost their self-confidence. People who are indulged in team sport activity are able to show mutual respect and cooperation. Mutual respect and cooperation as sports involvement teach them skills in leadership and accountability with a sense of responsibility.
Okay, this one you need to have a D here. Okay, all right, so a lot of big words here. Furthermore, I use furthermore because I'm listing another thing. I use also here recreational. Recreational means it relaxes you. So this is an adjective, so I need to use an adjective to boost up my marks. So I use recreational and helpful ways of burning calories. Because you do sports, right? You can relax at the same time, you can burn away your calories. So it is like killing two birds with one stone. So this is an idiom that I can put here. And you list out another reason, so I use furthermore. So sports can help to forge. Forge, instead of saying develop, I use another word, forge, to help boost up my marks. Okay, forge means to develop the characters, and sportsmanship. This is a qualities you need to have in terms of playing sports, right? Now, through participation in sports, people can improve their personal value. Personal value has to do with self-esteem and self-confidence, 是个人的价值, okay, which directly impact their self-esteem, because when you do sports, right, people can improve their value, such as self-esteem. I don't want to say such as self-esteem, I would say which directly impact their self-esteem and boost their self-confidence. Or you can say through participating in sports, people can improve their self-value or self-esteem and boost their self-confidence. Easier for people to say. Okay, people who are indulged in team sports, now I talk about team sports, right, are able to show mutual respect and cooperation, because some sports are individual sports. Some sports are team sports. So I'm talking about team sports are able to help us to have that kind of to develop that kind of cooperations among one another. So it's respect and cooperations. Sports involvement teach them skills in leadership and accountability. Accountability means you remind each other what you should do, what time you should come, and then what